What is up, everybody, and welcome back to your favorite Wednesday night wrestling podcast, which is way better than AEW Dynamite or whatever it is they call it these days. Also on Wednesday nights, but not nearly as good. Welcome back. We are only a few weeks away from Money in the Bank briefcase, and we are your hosts, the RSH champion of the world, Chuck Winchester, the former RSH champion of the world, Yvonne DeBoard, and the longest former reigning RSH champion of the world, Josh DeBoard. Topic of the night. Is it the end of the Bloodline? Who's to say?
Topic of the night is which RSH is the one that's live.
Yeah,
Right.
we had some tech difficulties.
Right.
I was out with the flu last week, and that caused some tech difficulties.
And we had 7 viewers in 6 minutes.
Yeah, that's
we
what's
did.
up. Say it's like more than 1 minute on average, if my math is
All right,
correct.
come back.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck they go live again for?
What the heck?
We had a few come back. You know, we didn't want to talk, then we decided we did.
I don't
So
care. I'm retweeting all of them.
I like it.
All right.
How y'all doing? It's been 2 weeks since we've last
Yeah.
spoke live in the studio here yonder. How y'all feeling? How's wrestling been treating you?
Terrible. Charlotte's back.
I know.
Sam Punk's back.
Dude, how cringy was Charlotte's promo though? I don't wait in line.
She
Oh my
don't.
god.
I made the line.
Are you guys shouldn't be
Yeah.
surprised she does.
She
this
needs
all
a
the
line.
time.
Hey,
Yeah.
Tony Khan,
No.
sign Charlotte.
No, thank you.
I will give you Charlotte, and I don't even need nothing back. You can just
No.
have her.
No, she can stay with you. Triple H ain't gonna let her go.
Dude, she'll bring like 4 viewers
Unfortunately.
with her. It'd be phenomenal for the
Yeah,
ratings.
WWE
You
has.
guys
Not, if
should-
you guys haven't noticed, the ratings haven't missed her. There was a dude, Raj, who was on the show with us once. He was arguing with this guy who said Nick Jackson is a better wrestler and bigger draw than Roman Reigns. And I don't know, like Raj really held back, but he was like,
Get professional.
he was just like, well, he's retired. Like he quit doing podcasting and shit now. So
Oh,
like
nice.
he's just whatever. He's like, you're a fucking idiot. Like
Seriously.
he said, like, don't watch wrestling no more.
That's
He
a
said,
good-
I don't know why Dave Meltzer's up these two dudes' asses, but Roman Reigns is the biggest star in wrestling.
Yeah,
It's
he
not
said
even close.
1,000 days as champion.
He
Yeah,
said
he's
when he shows
brilliant.
up, it's a big deal. When he wrestles, it's a very big deal.
And everybody wants to.
I mean, even if you don't like Roman Reigns, to say something else that's so bogus and ridiculous that a dude named Nick Jackson, who does not, I
Is that their
mean,
name? Yvonne?
Yep.
yeah,
Nick
from,
and-
from the Young
What's
Bucks.
the Hawaiian top?
Nick and Mark Jackson. What the fuck's
I
the other
mean,
one?
whatever.
Sorry, Miss Jackson. I am for real.
I want to be Jeff Hardy guy.
Yeah.
but, like,
Exactly.
just to say that's, I mean, CM Punk versus Reigns would be a debate that would make some sense because CM Punk, like him or hate him, he's talked about a lot.
He is.
Nick Jackson's not. So
At the point, neither is the elite.
that's a
Sorry,
silly
they're
statement
not
to
at this
say.
point. They're not either. It stinks, but they are.
Just remember, it's ran by a guy who can't deal with, instead of dealing with the issue, and, you know, it's one thing where I'll never hate on Vince. Like, if he had an issue with you, he fucking told you.
He did.
Or
He
he
dealt with
actually
it.
he would make somebody else go deal
Well,
with it.
Tony Khan just creates a whole new show to separate them. Like,
That's true.
that's pretty fucking ridiculous.
He's not
if you ask
man
me.
enough to fix the problem.
Like, hey, dude, y'all
Yeah.
get along or fucking fuck all of you.
Let's
Tony
make-
can't make a
yeah.
star. So
Let's make a show about Punk. I mean, come on.
I mean, even MJF and fucking Adam Cole's epic
Yep. tonight.
stare down was ripoffs of old WWE promos
They
Adam Cole
were.
used to do. Like
That
original
was-
shit. Even MJF's getting very bland.
He is getting
I believe
sick.
that.
of
He
it.
literally is just a troll on Twitter.
I mean,
He just said
same
that's
old shit.
sad coming from Keith Lee's manager. Like, yeah,
He did,
we all knew
yeah.
that rumor.
He's just not happy.
Said
You
Vince
can
didn't
tell
think
he's
you could
not.
cut it sport, and it's like, dude,
He
this is
did.
cringe. And
Mhm.
MJF
Yeah.
is way better than that.
sounds
Yes.
rough.
And they're like, Adam Cole's a great promo, and I was like, when? I loved Adam Cole in NXT, but
He
he's
did.
never ever been a good promo.
Oh, that's how I feel about Shawn Michaels. I've always loved him. Not a good promo guy.
He can't talk. Styles, another
Same.
great wrestler,
Yeah,
can't
he
talk.
can't
Brock,
either. He
great
can't,
wrestler,
uh,
can't talk. Roman, up until the past 3 years,
He can't.
great, good wrestler, can't talk.
He can't talk.
I mean, that's why he's got Paul Heyman.
Sure.
To handle
And the
his
entire
business.
bloodline now. Yeah.
So we have 2 weeks. I'm not going to go
But
back.
you guys should be surprised Charlotte doing this. She does this every time.
Yeah,
Well,
she
let's
does.
transition
Worthless.
away from Charlotte and her big floppy dick as fast as we
She
can.
did. That was a surprise, though.
So let's go back to, we've had a lot of new belts
a lot of new belts
over the last
Mhm.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
So what was your initial reaction to this one?
I like.
Roman's new belt.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm a huge fan. I like it better than the black or the blue and the red
I did too.
I
background.
like how they're done with
Um,
brand specific
Yeah.
belts.
So that's what I like
Now
about
there's a
it.
universal champion
Mhm.
and a world heavyweight champion, like it used to be
Yep.
back in the day when you had big gold.
Not raw
and
women's, not like raw names.
Then you
It's
got
just basic.
women's undisputed champion,
Yep.
women's world champion.
Yeah.
Very cut and dry.
I like the
And you'll
gold
have
plate.
undisputed tag champions at some point.
I like the gold. I like
And we'll
how
get
much
into it
gold
later.
there's on there. I like that.
They're going to unify the NXT, and the Yvonne will fucking get very crazy about that.
Oh,
Had me up half the
God.
night last night talking about it.
Hell yeah.
So let's go back 2 weeks with the Bloodline. I'm very, my fucking mind don't work as well as it used to. So
But never worked.
Oh boy.
you guys might have to help me through this because I didn't pull up anything. I was very lazy this week.
Sure.
It's all right.
Roman's pissed at him for kicking him in the face.
Yep.
Is this where we were at 2
Yep.
weeks ago?
Last pay-per-view, get kicked.
And
in
then
the
he
face.
said,
Yep.
"You're drunk with power." All right, because Roman's like,
This is a celebration.
okay, the 1,000. Okay,
Yep. You ruined
it feels
it.
like that was like a month ago.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is.
it does.
Everything's flying by.
Yeah.
So he's like, "Can't we be family?" Long story short, can't we be family? Roman hugs him, starts crying, which I don't know how he cries on contact.
He
on
does.
like Snap. I need to learn that.
He does. Very emotional.
I feel like he's just it's like he's already sweaty, so he just like pushes the sweat out more.
Why not?
So it
Let's
looks
not
like
get
he's
the
crying.
tears.
Well, then Solo dropped Jay's ass.
Roman said
I'm sorry,
no.
Jimmy.
Yep. Roman said
Roman
no.
said no.
Yep.
The crowd went, "Oh." See, that's when you know it's a big deal. Everything he says, the crowd
Yeah,
reacts.
they do.
And it's not like we'll get into Balor and Seth's thing because that was kind of ridiculous. But
It was.
he says no. He gets spiked by Solo, and then they leave. And Paul goes, "What about Jay?" And Roman
Mhm.
says, "Jay will fall in line. He always does."
Right hand
And that
man.
ended the show. That's really the only thing that I'm gonna pull from 2 weeks
That's the
ago.
only thing that's
That's
pretty notable
really it.
from that
That's
show.
what's
yeah.
happened.
So that prolonged into.
Big thing, I should say.
Don't know if I used the word prolonged, but I'm rolling with it
Yeah, works for me.
correctly.
Works good.
I just use words. I'll change the meaning. So this past week, God damn, a lot went on.
What?
So this
That was a
whole,
good match.
you're going to be the tribal chief. Roman wants you to be the tribal chief. So he's buttering Jay up because I think they know Jay's about to bounce. Gets him a match with Austin Theory, which he loses. Very good match. there.
Very good match too.
And I like how pretty. All right, so Chuck specifically, because me and him text about this a few days ago. Pretty Deadly is a very, very, very interesting group of men.
They are.
Okay?
That pretty.
I don't think I ever was sitting there watching NXT when they were feuding with the Creed brothers or
There's something.
D'Angelo and his guys and being like, you know what? They're going to get involved with the Bloodline at some point within these next 2 months. There they go, just fighting the fucking Usos.
They are.
Like,
Yep. You called that one.
so I don't know what the fuck that means.
I know.
I know we had this gauntlet match Friday. I'd be willing to bet most of the stuff I own, which ain't much, but that they would probably win that
Probably
as well
win it.
because
Also,
KO
why
and
not?
Sammy can get over anything.
Yep.
If you want Pretty Deadly to get over,
There
you
go.
have them work
There
with
you
Sammy
go.
and
That's the
KO,
way to
the
do
two of the biggest over guys in the sport. Yes, it's a sport, but he lost, and then the ending. God, my memory's fucked. All right, Theory won. Yeah, Pretty Deadly ran out and interfered on behalf of Theory, so they're running around with Theory, which
They
is
are.
interesting
They're very interesting.
because Theory has kind of been lost in Cena.
Yeah, I
He
thought they
has.
kind of teamed up.
He hasn't really been doing nothing.
Pretty Deadly is a team. When I first saw them for the first time, I'm like, this is a fucking joke.
Yeah, a lot of people feel that way.
They do.
But then I watched their first match on SmackDown, and I liked it. The way they won, I like how they cheat and they kind of help each other, look like each
They're
other.
very good.
and-
They're a very good team.
Yeah, like and then I dig it. And then they teamed up with Theory. I'm like, that kind of makes sense.
Yep,
So
and
the
then
more I
you-
see them, the more I like it.
Yep, and they'll feud with KO and them, and people freaking out about the draft. So they are the tag champs, so they can travel because they own. Technically, they're a part of both shows right now. They're the undisputed
They're both.
tag team champions, so they
Yep.
are allowed to go to both.
I say we just get rid of the draft and be done with all this. But technically and stuff, it's just like I'm over it. I'm over it. But
I mean, they're following all the rules.
They are.
The free agents are on NXT, and they're traveling.
I mean, on Raw this past week that I watched it today. They talk about SmackDown a lot. I'm like, it shouldn't matter. And then we got Seth Rollins going to NXT to defend the WWE Raw belt on NXT. I'm cool with it all going back and forth.
They don't go together.
Let's just say it what it is. It's just every WWE is under one umbrella.
Mm-hmm.
People go around.
They're working on it.
They are. For sure.
I mean, NXT is kind of the middle ground because nobody got drafted there, so anybody could go there if they wanted to.
Sure, I
They've used
understand.
it
They're
over
trying
the
to,
years.
I understand they're trying to get more eyes on that product, which is cool.
And they need to. And they have too much. When you have like 35 wrestlers you're not using on a monthly basis,
Sure.
you probably should
Yeah.
use them for something or just
Mhm.
cut them. And I'm not for people losing their job. And I know the cuts always freak people out.
Mhm.
But
It's
if you haven't
business.
been on TV in 6 months, you probably just need to try to go somewhere else.
Right.
It's a business.
AEW has 9 shows. You could probably hit Elevation.
You could probably hit
Like-
one of theirs.
It can be on AEW Midnight.
I mean, you see they struggle to get some people on TV. I mean, it is what it is.
Sure.
I love the use of NXT. I've been fucking preaching this on this show for probably 2
You
years
have. I
now.
love it.
This should be the greatest fucking Survivor Series we've had in the past 10 years was the one where NXT was there and won.
Mhm.
The
They
great
did.
That
NXT
was
showed
good.
up.
They did.
NXT makes shit better.
They do.
That was back when Walter was on there whooping some ass.
And I mean,
Mhm.
what's the similar? We talked about this before we went on there. What's the similarities here? Every fucking one of these people, NXT.
Yep.
Triple
That's
H's
fair.
umbrella.
All-
All
yep.
6 of them were
All
under
of
his
them.
umbrella in NXT.
All
All
of
of
Good
them.
point.
Yep.
And they're all doing pretty well.
All doing good.
I mean, we'll get to Cody's burial later. But
exactly.
and you look at this: NXT, NXT, NXT.
All of them.
All these came from NXT.
NXT. All
And
the
NXT,
women's too.
These
Yep.
2 did not.
No, they didn't.
That's why they're getting buried. But these 2, straight. I mean,
They did,
NXT is
Triple
a
H.
very, very
Well, which makes sense.
vital part of this whole
At
company.
this point, NXT's been around for about a decade or more, so it actually makes sense that everybody in the main event picture is from there.
Yeah,
They've
just
been
Vince
around.
didn't know, like, oh, where'd these guys come from?
Right.
He thinks they got signed like outside the stadium. Like, oh, you found this guy?
You hear about this NXT?
He's been on NXT. He's like, what's that?
He's in the front row. Sign him. Yep.
But yeah, so this past week, a lot of fucking belts.
They
So
did.
this
It's been a
past
week of
week,
belts.
Jay lost, and then they got into it, or Jimmy interfered. That's when Pretty Deadly got involved. And then he went to spike Jimmy. Jay stopped it, right?
Yep.
And then Jay got kicked in the face by Jimmy on
He
accident.
did by accident.
Yep.
Yep. That's where they're at. Right
And
Costing Jay the match.
now. Oh boy.
yeah, so this week Roman's back, and
He
he's
is.
going to want answers from Jay. So I think this is this the week we get? It's going to be me and Solo versus you and your brother, or is it going to be? All right, Jay, where's your alliance at? Your brother fucking wants to be the tribal chief so bad. He thinks he's better than you. I'll fight him at Money in the Bank, and you're the ref. Pick your side.
Mhm.
Yep. We still have, including this coming SmackDown, we still have 3 SmackDowns
And, so,
before
and
Money
we
in
don't
the
have,
Bank.
and we know they're
So,
all going to be there.
Yep. So,
Yeah.
we have a lot of build up still for
Yeah.
Tank.
I kind of prefer the one-on-one,
I do too.
but
Against Jimmy.
I mean,
But-
I'm not as butthurt about everybody. Like, all the
Either
title
one.
need to fit in. Like, it is what it is.
I'd rather have the one-on-one too. I
The
think
So would I.
storyline's
Yeah.
fine. Either
'Cause
way,
it-
huge moment. It'd be Jimmy's biggest moment ever.
Yeah.
It
I know
is.
he just headlined WrestleMania. But like, this would be his biggest
Fighting
singles.
Roman. Yep.
Dude, they're booking this to where when Roman is gone for a while, Jay's a legit main event star.
Sure.
Absolutely.
If he ends up like he already is now.
main event Jay.
I mean,
He
him
is.
in Theory was really good.
Very good match.
Every time he's done one-on-one shit, he's been very good.
Oh yeah, I mean he's a pro. Can't argue that. And he's getting the mic.
Unlike the
He's got it,
Rockstar,
man.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's something else.
The
the whole family couldn't be that good.
She's
I mean,
something.
to be fair, not me being a dick though. Let's act like The Rock was the technically best wrestler ever. His gimmick got over. He smacked people in the face 3 times, spit in his hand, and he'd get a pinfall.
and then drop the elbow.
Yeah,
He
like
did. He did.
I mean,
Bronson Reed jumps off the top rope and he's 400 pounds and they
He
kick at it
did.
too. So like,
Gosh, yeah, he
let's
is.
not act like The Rock was this like
No, that's-
generational
Exactly.
wrestler.
absolutely.
His
correct.
gimmick, Stone Cold wasn't either. Cena
Well,
wasn't either.
No.
To be fair,
Like they
Stone
were
Cold,
good wrestlers,
Stone Cold was really good before he broke his neck. I think that turned into a brawler after that.
but I mean,
The ringmaster.
they were over.
But yeah,
Their gimmicks got them over. Hulk Hogan was not a good wrestler. Ric Flair's
Oh,
a
all
fucking
day.
terrible wrestler.
all day,
Like,
God,
but their
yes.
gimmicks,
all day long.
it's a story business, not a
Yep.
can you
Especially-
wrestle? They all can fucking. I think Chuck says this all the time. They all can wrestle. They're there.
Mhm.
Yep.
They're there.
Obviously, you can wrestle. They don't sign people that can't.
Yep.
But
I agree with that all day. I mean, it's just with The Rock, he just has that personality. Without that,
he stands out.
Yeah.
He does.
Personality overweighs skill.
but if
on
you
a
look
lot of
at his,
shit.
if you go back and watch his matches from the '90s, they're not good. I mean, they're hardcore, which is fun.
But they're
Yeah.
I
not.
know, but there's no technical involved. He's not doing anything that's like, holy shit.
Right.
That's why selling and all that shit's important.
Yep, all day.
Mic skills.
Even his kick, he would shake. Like, what was that?
Yeah, he was a very big entertainer.
He was.
So this past week, we'll just go back to this week's SmackDown. Asuka got a new belt.
She did.
So it's reminiscent to Roman's. I didn't really have any issues with any of the belts. They needed fresh.
They all got
I mean, the
it.
gold belt was weird at first. I was like, because I'm used to seeing him carry 2.
Sure.
Mhm.
I was carrying 3.
I like
That's
it.
fine. Yeah, they're talking about letting Paul keep carrying those 2.
I think
He
they
is.
will.
I think so.
I
too.
would too. Like, just let Roman get all the belts.
Like, why
Let
not?
him have all his.
He has
belts.
3 titles. Only 1 world title, but he has 3 belts because why
Oh,
not?
just keep carrying.
And then Rhea got one Monday similar to Seth's,
She did. Yep.
which, I mean, it's fine.
I like them all.
And I think the tag titles are next. US and the IC
He's
had
working.
just been redone not
Yeah.
too long ago. So there ain't
Yeah.
nothing really wrong with either of
No.
them.
No, and they're universal. Like, the Intercontinental belts, that's that big gold belt.
Yep.
No need to change that.
And the US title's really nice.
It
That's
is
the cool
really
US
nice.
belt. So I think they got a hold on all their belts.
I think so.
Like they did need freshened up. Those fucking I hear they're talking about just altering the middle of the tag and making it black,
I'd like that.
I like that too.
or keeping it the same and making it black. Either way, I've seen pictures of both on Twitter. They both look a hell of a
Look
lot
pretty
better than. They have to get away from red. And fucking
Make
especially
SmackDown, we know.
integrating NXT because apparently the NXT women's tag titles are gone,
They're going.
and then which is cool because you're going to see these tag teams travel around,
Mhm.
which is big for the NXT people.
Sure.
ones that are above the curb, not named the Rockstar, or ones that are actually progressing, can move on. Like they can test them and see, like, oh man, you botched it on Raw. You need another 6 months.
Sure.
It's a good test of the water, which I feel what Braun Breaker is.
Mhm.
They turned him heel not too long ago. He was a
Double.
baby face his whole career. I think they're trying to see what kind of reaction he's going to get, how he can handle being a heel. Which he's a lot better on the mic. He's
a
much
lot
better on the mic.
There's no
Hell,
barking in the
But
background.
how do you
like there
measure him?
used to be.
You put him against the biggest star,
Yep.
full-time star in
Full-time.
your company,
Mhm.
Seth, who's more over than any fucking body, probably even more over than Roman. They don't sing his fucking song for 10
No,
minutes
they
and
don't.
Dude,
drown out a whole promo.
I felt bad for Finn Balor watching Raw today because he seemed flustered with
That was
the
a
crowd.
rough watch. He's
was
trying to
rough.
be serious, and
Yeah.
the fans wouldn't let him. And Seth, honestly, probably should have cut him off. Been like, listen,
I agree.
because that was a big moment. Like 7 years. Like the
7
story's there.
years.
Oh,
It is
yeah,
there,
absolutely.
yeah.
But he's like, seeing, like, I get it. He's over. Hell of a week for Seth. He has his open challenge, Johnny Gargano, Monday, and then Tuesday
I hope so.
he's got Braun Breaker. So, and I love
Money in the Bank,
WWE.
yes, Finn.
It's the little things that matter, WWE. So now they're advertising Seth or Braun Breaker against Finn Balor. Getting that, even though it obviously not,
You know that Seth Rollins.
It's-
yeah.
it's highly unlikely that he loses the belt. But
Right.
I do love them actually showing that there is a possibility.
Right.
Not treating us like idiots. Like Vince would be like, well, you're defending it 8 times this week. Yeah, I know there's 7 days, but you're doing it 8.
You're fine.
And
And
we're
you're
just going
retaining
to,
all time.
then you're defending it 6 months from now, and we're going to promote it right now. Like,
Yeah.
it's just not treating us like we're stupid. Like we know, hey, if Breaker wins, obviously he's going to fight Balor.
But, yeah,
Sure.
But even I think Breaker alluded to it. He's like, I'll kick Finn Balor's ass.
He did. He did.
So
That's how they should. Yeah, like you said, we're not stupid.
it's like the NBA. It's like any sport. The Bengals play the Patriots.
Right.
Guess what? Whoever wins plays the
the
Chiefs.
playoffs.
Like that's how it works.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like, well, you can have Seth defend it 3 times. Just don't promote Money in the Bank with him by himself.
Only
Right.
him.
Yeah, like it's him or Breaker
That's
until
it.
the match is over. But I'm excited for that match.
I am too.
I've been waiting for NXT to fucking years, dude. Years. They've missed it. They've missed their opportunity twice.
Yep. You're right. That 2019 time was the time.
Undisputed Era was hot.
Yep.
Fucking Gargano and Ciampa was hot. Dude, they were just firing.
That
And
That was the time.
Vince was more obsessed with going against AEW, which I still think pulls the same amount of people they pulled back then.
He just wanted Brock Lesnar.
As
all
Bischoff
day.
said, they hit their ceiling.
He did, yeah.
I mean, they really did at this point. They're just not getting it. And we could talk this all day long, but they're just not getting it.
They're
Well,
not.
They don't understand what
This
the
new
next
show
step
might-
is.
Maybe is a reality check, but if he doesn't get it by now,
I mean,
I don't think he's going to get it.
He's
talk about
never-
earlier. We were talking about how, you know what, I feel like Vince lost touch with reality, which is why his booking decisions were pretty bad. Tony Khan has never had touch with reality because he's
never
been a spoon-fed baby his entire life.
Yep.
So like he just doesn't get it. He just doesn't. That's it.
It's pretty obvious he doesn't
You
get it.
can't run 2 shows and he can't run 3.
I
He
love.
can't do it.
I don't know if it was the week after or not. That you see MJF interview,
I
and
did.
Khan was right next to him,
Oh,
and he's
I
like,
seen that.
"I might go to WWE." And Khan,
Oh, you told me about
he's
that.
like, "Tony, calm down." He's
He
like,
said-
"Do
he
they
said,
want me?
"Cover your
Sure.
ears." He
Do I
told-
want to wrestle for this shit company my whole career? Maybe not.
That's awesome.
Calm down, Tony."
He told him. He told
Well,
him. He said, "Cover your ears."
You know, when CM Punk did it, that opened the door for everybody else to do it. So, you know, if Tony Khan will take it, people will talk shit in front of him all day long
Well,
because
I mean,
he'll take
yeah,
it.
CM Punk just
Yep.
treated him like a little bitch that he is. and
Absolutely.
As he ate his muffin.
whatever authority
Press
he
conference.
did have,
Yep.
Yeah.
CM Punk gave no fucks
And,
about it.
and say what you will about Vince, but you mentioned off the air too, like nobody would do that in front
No,
of
they
Vince.
knew better.
Yeah.
They knew there'd be consequences. And
They
there's a
did.
thing that is important.
Yep.
It's very important.
You
Like
have
if
to-
your boss is a pushover like Tony Khan,
Mhm.
That's it.
I mean, he is.
He is.
Somebody tell me he's not.
He's a big
Because
bitch.
He is.
He's
And
he's a fan. That's all he is.
he
is a fan.
he's a fan
He
with a
can't
lot of
handle
money.
the heat when
Yep.
it's given to him. He can't handle it.
He just doesn't understand it. Like
don't get it.
I mean, he
thinks-
doesn't listen to any of his people. He hired all the. Why do you think Cody left? But anyway,
Yes,
like you said, we can get into this for a
exactly.
while. AEW is going to be like a very good 30 for 30 documentary on ESPN1 these days.
That'd be
One
a-
of these
that
days.
would be
Rise
a
and
great
fall.
dark side of the ring
Yeah.
episode.
The rise and
WWE's going to
fall.
buy it, revitalize it. And episode 1, how we killed AEW.
Josh has
Then we'll
that-
go back to episode 30 of this show where I told everybody they're
Rise
not
and
going to
fall,
make it.
man.
And then
Rise
they're going to
and
be a
fall.
part of Peacock.
Man, I really wanted them to do good, but they're not.
They can't
The
do it.
leadership was never there. That was my concern.
That's it.
I was concerned that 4 wrestlers are going to run a company.
Yeah.
And then now I wish they would have because they might have been better.
Better.
I mean, they might
They
have.
have more
6 months
experience than he
in,
does.
Tony took the reins from them,
Yep.
and
He did.
Like they early on, I liked their shows before they had their TV deal. Like the pay-per-views before that, I really enjoyed. And then they got their TV TV deal.
They
Then
got
Tony got
comfy.
Out of
involved.
control.
Comfy.
Yeah. And then
Got
Tony
very
had to get
comfy.
in there, and it's just like,
Now he's all over the place.
nah.
They don't know what they're gonna do. Rise and fall of AW. Josh, that's a good name.
They'll be
for that.
there.
That's a good name.
Now, if you want to see a preview of it,
That's funny. You're not wrong.
well, have you seen the video game?
I've seen the one that's supposed to be out by at least by 2030, I hope.
It's supposed to come out in July.
Is
Oh,
it?
I think it's finally ready, but the screenshots are pretty rough.
Oh,
Yeah. I mean, that's another thing. Video games, like, it's not hard. Hire a company that knows how to do it, but I'm sure AEW didn't want to spend the money on it, so it's going to look like shit.
I just don't care.
You have to put time into that kind of. Video games take time,
Mhm.
and with WWE, for the most part, I know they had to change it a few times, and you could tell when they did. But for the most part, they had the same company, and they had their shit together, so they could do it every year because they basically use the same technology and just put new stuff out. Well, it was okay because it's for the same systems and things like that. But with AEW's very first game, they're not understanding how to do it. That's my opinion.
They're just in a hurry to put it together and then
Yeah.
release it. It's all
Like,
that's what it is.
They don't get it. Another thing Tony Khan just doesn't get is the video game industry, and then I think these screenshots kind of say that.
It's got to take time to look good. You got to give it time.
Yeah, because WWE perfected that shit, and then they had their downfalls. You had your 2K20s. That happens.
Mhm.
But overall, the video games are phenomenal from back in the day to now because they spend the money. They know what they're fucking doing.
Yeah, the glitchy one. I have no
that
reason.
was-
But, I mean, they fucked up one video game in 30 years.
They did.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. That was 2020, and that was when shit. The systems were changing. It had to go to the PS5. Things were different, and I think again, Vince being out of touch with reality was like, "Oh, just do what we always do," and it wasn't. You couldn't it at that time.
I remember AEW fucking debuts, and they're like, "We're gonna have a game 3 years
Yeah,
ago,"
3
and now
years
it's like
later.
it's here.
It's there.
But yeah,
There's bad reviews.
That pretty
already.
much
I'm
covers
kidding.
SmackDown. I think.
and AEW.
I think
Sadly,
it's more
AEW.
AEW. So, Money in the Bank is next.
That is.
So this is where we got after SmackDown. Bailey and Io Sky both qualified. Zelina qualified 2 weeks ago.
They
Zoe
did.
Stark and Becky have qualified on Raw over
Yeah,
the
they
past
did.
few weeks.
Mhm.
I think there's supposed to be one more. Both fields are supposed to have 6.
Nice.
Very curious.
They
what
haven't
last one
announced
is.
any qualifying matches or anything. So
We still got 3 weeks, so there's plenty of time to add
they
to
do
it.
have time.
Plenty of time.
Kevin made a good point. The guy who's been on the show once or twice back in the day.
Yeah,
from
he
the-
came on here and talked about how Cody pissed him off.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember
Which is a
that.
shock back then.
He made a good point. This is kind of unusual, but we still have 3 weeks until Money in the Bank, and we have all of these matches already announced. Everything's loaded. Like, that's pretty rare. Usually it's like,
Mhm.
you still have, it's the night before and we're still trying to figure out matches.
Yep. It's
Like-
nice to
It
have
is.
a plan.
Yeah.
Planned already.
So, I
And
mean,
people that still think Vince is in charge because there's a few.
There's there.
There
Sure.
it is. I've seen me and Bebe been trolling. We teamed up. We'll unite for the better cause, which is trolling idiots on Twitter.
That's not there.
But like this is how it's supposed to be. Like
Mhm.
a build, a story.
I mean,
like-
it's weird. With 3 weeks ahead.
I mean, the
you're
card
seeing
so
these
far.
matches, and then they're
Story,
all
the story's here.
Mhm.
Obviously,
Yep.
it'll be a great match. 6 guys never been world champion. I mean, somebody's destined to be it, right?
That's what-
Probably the most over guy that's not named Roman Reigns or Seth Rollins. LA Knight is.
Yes.
Dude,
I don't know
really
what the
want
fans
LA
will
I
Knight.
do
really want him to
if he
win.
doesn't win. We'll get to Logan Paul in a minute.
Priest makes a lot of sense.
He
too.
does.
So I wouldn't be mad.
He'd
if
make
Priest
more
wins.
sense for me if he didn't just lose the title. Like he just
Oh,
lost
he
the
lost
title,
the
match.
That's a good point.
So like
Yeah.
why? Like I get it. And he looked great.
He did.
And you can blame Finn for it, but I
And
just
he
don't
probably
see them like,
will.
well, you weren't ready yet, but here's a briefcase.
There you go.
Yeah, and LA Knight would be great too. Like those two.
LA
I'm all
Knight, I
in.
think
he needs something.
he needs to win it and cash in that night.
I
I'd be
do
okay with
too.
that.
And then
Me
go
dude.
straight
too.
to Raw, and then like he's going to be over as
He
fuck.
has
Then you go him
everything
and Seth
for it,
right
yeah.
away. There's your. But what's going to happen is spoiler: Seth's going to beat Finn. Drew's going to come out and kick his fucking face
Yeah,
off,
it's a-
and then there's your feud for the summer. Because heavily rumored is Drew will be back, and
A
that is
heelish
around his
Drew.
stomping ground. So,
Yeah.
It is. That
A
would make a lot
heelish
of
Drew
sense.
McIntyre.
and they've worked towards a new deal. And AEW fans, that's the last time I'm mentioning those 3 letters. So they extended his deal
Nice.
for injury, so he can't get out until like late next year. So that Wembley Stadium thing, he's not showing up for that.
And they're all excited. He's going to be in AEW. No.
No,
he's not.
he's not.
He's not.
He is not.
And then
Why would he? Why would he go? Why would he go backwards?
Exactly.
All right, so this has been going on for a few weeks. Cody and Dom. So Dom smacked the shit out of him last week
He
or
did.
2
Yeah, he
weeks
did.
ago. And then this week he punched him in the back of the head when he had his back turned and ran off. So question 1 is Cody going to survive this burial?
I think he's done. This is probably going to ruin his career. He'll have to go,
I know,
back to,
he's gonna be
have to go
done.
back to AEW.
But how great is this going to be? You got probably the most over face
Oh, easy.
They do.
in the most hated heel.
Hated guy. He
They
can't
both
even-
they
hate
both
it.
get the most reactions out of their.
Yeah,
They
this
do.
is going to be a very loud, and you got the overseas crowd,
They
Yep.
do.
and
They're
those
always
fuckers are loud.
Yeah, they're always,
Remember how
especially
cool
UK.
Backlash was because
Mm-hmm.
of the Puerto Rican crowd?
This is going to be UK where they're
They're
all drunk.
wild. Yeah,
So,
I have to see if Cy will be there.
They're all going. I messaged him a while ago and asked him. He says he wasn't sure yet. I think he wants to do both shows, AEW and
So they
Money in the
was
Bank.
until next year or later this year. I think.
But I think he said he has something else going on, so he probably won't be able to make it.
So it's part 30 shows on his channel.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
But like, yeah,
That's
I mean,
true.
we got 4 matches. Both fields are pretty set. I do
Yeah.
think. I mean, you haven't added Roman and whatever they do with him.
Right,
Sure.
not yet.
Supposed to be
I
something.
think KO and Sammy versus Pretty Deadly, or whoever wins the gauntlet, probably
That'll
gets
be
added
added.
to it.
Yep.
I think Bianca could interfere in Charlotte. So I
I-
think you get Charlotte and Asuka in 2, like the
2
week,
weeks
the
of
Friday
that.
before,
Yep.
They're fighting for the belt before the
the
pay-per-view?
day before
I think
Fair enough.
on
Bianca.
SmackDown. But I think Bianca can interfere and they can make that a triple
Triple
threat
threat.
Yep.
because Bianca's going heel because she's getting
She's
pissed
already
off.
bitter. She's already bitter.
And then-
She should go heel. I'd like her a
Oh,
lot
dude,
I do
more.
yeah.
too.
I think her, the Street
like it.
Profits,
Should all go heel.
Omos are all going to form a new Hurt Business together with MVP.
I like that.
I think that's where they're, and Bianca's going to be a part of it.
Be a
I
big
like it.
group.
Very
You
interesting.
know, it'd be the same amount. Just
And a
replace
heelish
Cedric and Benjamin with Street Profits.
I
That's
like
a good
it.
point. Yeah,
and
that's
then
fair.
add Bianca.
Yeah.
And then Omos to be Lashley.
He'll be
and
the enforcer guy.
Yeah.
And they're all
And I like
heels.
Omos. He's been gone
I
for a
did
little
too. He
bit.
has.
I haven't missed him, but I don't hate him. I used to hate him, but he kind of
He's
grew
been
on
doing
me.
pretty good.
Yeah,
You know, he's a star. He works a limited schedule now.
He does.
he's a superstar.
But yeah, so this should be interesting.
be
Cody
a
called
fun
Brock
match.
a bitch like the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Thank God he finally said it because Jesus, like
Right,
Brock
come on.
has
So-
acted like a bitch this entire feud. So I'm
Yeah,
glad Cody
so-
finally
He does.
said it.
A bull rope match at SummerSlam has been rumored, which has been a while. I think the last bull rope match we
Jeez.
had was Daniel Bryan and
I
The
think-
Fiend, and that was really
remember
good,
It
right?
was good.
Yeah.
It was like a match of the year nominee for us, if I recall. So I have the Brock Cody feud has not been bad, but it's at 1-1, so we know what happens in wrestling.
Right,
You have
we're
to have
gonna-
that third, and that's going to be
It's gonna
SummerSlam.
be the end.
And
You know,
hopefully
Seth
Cody's
versus
arm is
Drew.
healed by then, but I'm not sure how it's going to heal when he's still wrestling every week.
I don't
But
know what they're going to do with Roman at SummerSlam
I
now. Is it
know.
Roman and Jay?
could be. Could be.
Roman and Jim.
Because
versus
Roman's road
Jimmy,
now is a
yeah.
little cloudy because
Yeah.
he's going to be there.
Yeah, he has no real competitor
Or he's
outside the
fighting
bloodline
Jimmy
right now.
one-on-one. Who the heck
We're just
knows?
going to disregard that
Who
comment.
the heck knows?
So I mean, let's entertain it.
Goldberg is greater than the Fiend.
Oh,
So you
since
have
he
one
was
guy.
over.
So you have Goldberg out there begging any company.
Phil, are you nuts?
Yeah,
When you have to
You are
beg,
nuts,
when you
Phil.
have to beg companies for a retirement tour, you really weren't that good in the first place.
Nobody
And there's
thinks
people
Oh, Philip.
begging for the Fiend. There's a much more want for the,
The
Fiend
Fiend
than
is
Goldberg.
better than Goldberg.
Goldberg.
Come on.
Goldberg's
But
a
it-
clown, dude. Goldberg could fight Ryback all day long at AEW. Like Ryback's
Oh, did you see
trying to
Ryback?
get.
He said that the wrestling business needs him.
Dude, I've been following him on Twitter here lately because he's cracking me the fuck up.
I've been trolling him.
That being said, Ryback is still more entertaining than Goldberg because of that crazy
Yeah,
shit he says.
Exactly.
So at least
Not better than the Fiend. Are you kidding?
Goldberg is at the bottom of this list.
I feel the issue is
Yeah.
nobody gives a fuck outside of maybe you because the ratings show it. So,
I
yeah.
mean, he's wanting to show up to work, but does he really work?
Nobody wants him to work for them.
Outside
Nobody.
beating up his locker room door. He's not doing anything. Like, I mean,
He's not.
I
property
mean, when
damage.
Ryback's your only option, in AEW, you probably ain't stupid enough to do that.
Property damage is Goldberg's only thing.
Yeah, Goldberg hasn't been relevant in fucking 10 years.
Well,
He
yeah.
almost killed
Him
the Undertaker.
ruining the Fiend's career is probably
He
the most
did.
relevant thing he's
He
done
did.
in the past 10
He
years.
did.
Goldberg.
Anyway,
Fucking Goldberg. Unbelievable. This
Exactly.
guy.
going to money, to the women's side. Who would you guys prefer?
I'm stuck between two people. Tough.
I want
this-
Io Sky to win, but I kind of have that same feeling that I had with Priest. She just lost to Bianca in Puerto Rico.
I think her and Bailey's.
Zelina just lost to Rhea.
So Zoe
Yeah.
and Becky are
So
my
like
two to
Zoe's
pick
the
here.
sexy pick because she's new and this
She's
really
new.
put her on the map. But
And
does
Becky
is
needs
she
to
ready
win
for
it.
the world title yet?
No.
So is this obviously going to be fucking Becky
Becky.
here? Like,
Becky or Bailey?
I say Becky or Zoe.
I think I think Bailey and Io end up screwing each
each
other.
other, and
over.
then they're going to be. There's
They'll
a feud
fall off
there.
the ladder
I
together.
wouldn't be surprised if Zelina won
I
just so she
wouldn't
can
either.
hold it for a while because she did have a really, really
She
strong
really did.
showing.
She did.
in Puerto
She'd
Rico.
be the third pick of mine.
But I think Becky is going to win.
Becky
One-
or Zoe,
one,
in my
because like
opinion.
then you can have her and Rhea.
Yep.
Two, her list of accomplishments, gets one more. Like that's the only thing she doesn't have.
Right. Like, really, who's the better feud with Rhea?
Or does she cash in on Charlotte?
Yeah.
Now you can go wherever.
She can.
Do we think Charlotte's going to win?
Yes. Has WWE ever showed us anything in the past that she's not?
That's a good point.
Mist, Charlotte eats the mist and puts her in the
But-
figure 8. Like
Charlotte,
she is
her
immune.
her mouth just extends.
You remember the old Pokemon game where you could use like a potion and then like
Yeah.
if they tried to stun spore you, it would freeze it. Charlotte has that in her face.
She'll just
She bought it for $36,000 when she had Botox.
just imagine her just no selling the mist.
Yeah,
That'd
like,
be fucking funny.
Just lights out her eyes like I made the mist.
I am the mist.
Yeah.
I would wear a mask to protect
Yeah,
my face from
I
that.
fully
I
expect
don't
her to
want that
win.
on my-
I
don't
would
want
love
For
that.
some, I wish she don't,
I don't
but
want
I
that
feel
stuff
like
on
she
my
is.
face.
But I also don't know how they're going to do a babyface Charlotte versus a heel Bianca
I
Belair.
don't know how they're gonna do
Yeah,
it.
Triple H, more power to you, bro.
He
More
will.
power to you.
Like, is Charlotte the face right now?
She's supposed to. I
is.
think they're
That's
booking
what-
her that
that's
She is.
because
right now.
Asuka's not.
She's not.
Right.
Bianca ain't
She's
gonna be.
like she's
She's heel all day.
she's obviously cheating.
She's
Yeah.
spitting stuff. in his
Bianca's
face,
well
too.
loved by everybody,
Now
Sure.
she's about
but
to
they're
get it.
trying to turn her like where's the only issue I have with Raw and SmackDown, which could be a reason why they're doing this NXT thing. The depth of the women's divisions are pretty rough.
They are.
Looking at Raw's, if you don't do Rhea, Becky, what are you doing?
Like seriously.
Who's
Yeah.
like they just had her squash Natalia, and Natalia's backstage saying,
I'm new. That's okay to be different, or whatever the fuck.
"Yeah,
she
like
said.
she gets a promo."
that's-
like she. I thought it was weird that she got a promo. So maybe they're gonna do something with her here soon.
Yeah, attitude change. It looks
Yeah.
like I don't know what that's going to mean.
I don't know.
I just hope they don't just start throwing girl teams together. Let's talk about that too, because that was probably the only real thing that pissed me off. Why the fuck is Ronda and Shayna tag champions, and why the fuck are they fight? If Abra,
Isla Dawn and
Isla
Alba Fire.
Dawn, yeah, if they don't
Alba
win,
Fire.
or at least look very fucking great in a
What
loss,
was the whole point of that?
you called them
Nothing.
up to lose their belt.
Seriously.
I get Rousey is Rousey,
Yes.
she sucks.
but the chick that
Exactly.
kicked her ass just retired, so Rousey's honestly relevant.
Yep.
So.
Mhm.
Because even the chick that kicked her ass don't fight UFC no more. She retired over the weekend after she won.
oh, nice. That's what's up.
Yeah, she said, "I won. I'm the champion. So anybody who wins it after me is fake. 'Cause I'm the champion, but I'm retiring."
That's
Whatever.
cheat. That's cheating right there.
Bro, whatever.
That's horseshit.
Yeah, that's what I said. But like, I don't watch. This is why I don't watch UFC.
This is why women fighting is stupid. No,
Yeah.
no offense, Yvonne.
No, no, you're fine. No offense taken. I like to point
Well,
out.
go ahead, Yvonne.
Stupid with
Yvonne-
Rousey. It's a joke.
Yvonne feels very strongly that Rousey and Shayna is going to revitalize that division.
Ugh.
Joke. Really, when she was Ronda was talking, I'm like,
I knew there was.
"Lisa,
Yvonne's like, "Who do you
stop."
think's going to win?" I was like, "Them."
That's
It's
gonna be-
gone.
And, like,
I
obviously
hate to
them.
say it. I really
Raquel
do.
and her 5th partner this month. Like,
I'm
I don't
sick
fucking
of
know,
that.
dude. I like Chelsea Green and Sonya a lot.
Sonya's.
So did I.
This is
Sonya,
a very good group.
Very good team.
Chelsea Green's been very fucking
Very
entertaining.
good. She is.
She's
Her
a
and
very
Sonya.
good character.
She is.
Character. I'll
Yep.
tell you this 19-year-old girl that they're talking about on NXT, her wrestling ability is not that much fucking better than the Rock's daughter. But guess what? She's over as
She's
fuck.
over as crap.
Because Chase U is over as fuck. So you know what? I overlook a botched
Sure.
bulldog or a botched
Mhm.
outside dive. You know why? Because she's an entertaining character and she's fucking 19 years old.
What's up?
19.
She's 19 years old and Shawn Michaels is like personally took her under his wing.
Yeah,
He
you
did.
did.
So like,
Yep.
don't be a pervert, Sean. Don't be like that. She's 19. You're
That's-
like 65. Stop
That's
it.
Tony
You know, the
Khan.
great
If a
thing
girl
about
is less than half your age, you don't sleep with her.
you know,
That's
the best thing about high school girls is
No,
I get
no.
older, they stay the same
oh,
age.
Jesus.
Oh, for God's
You
sake.
made me flashback to high school, all the way back in 08.
All right, all right, all right. Man, that's a
Well,
quote.
Phil said something very intelligent.
Oh,
Chase
Lord.
U is very, very good.
I do like Chase U.
So they
I do
did
too.
call Andre Chase because he's still recovering from his
He
beatdown by
did.
Braun
He
Breaker.
is.
And he will not return anybody's phone call.
That's
Because
awesome.
he's like, I'm struggling right now, blah, blah, blah. Things are kind of hectic around here.
Nice.
And he hasn't been able to get a hold. So when Andre comes back, it's going to be a huge
It's gonna be a
fucking
minute.
Yeah, I love Chase U. It kicks ass. But yeah, dude, Ronda Rousey, every time she's on screen, it's just kind of like when Charlotte came back, it's just unbearable to watch.
She's embarrassing.
She
to
can't
me.
talk.
She is.
She sounds embarrassing. I feel like she looks at Twitter and just gets pissed off and like
She's not woman enough to handle the heat because you're not gonna be like playing really a lot of people. Get over it.
she's just boring. That's it. It's just boring. She acts all badass like I want to fuck you up, but it's not real intimidation. I don't think. I know she's the baddest woman on the planet,
Mhm.
but like I'm a man. I know I can't really say this because I can't fight her even if I wanted to, and she kick my ass in real life. But she doesn't look intimidating to me on screen.
She
The way she
don't.
talks,
Uh-uh.
she doesn't back up, in my opinion.
No.
She can't handle the heat. She had the title. I remember when she had the SmackDown title. She couldn't handle the comments from people. Oh, I'm not liked.
The hate on Twitter
She
got
can't
to
handle.
her.
That's
like,
part of the
little-
job. Get over it.
It's like you can't take. That's why she did. That's why she ran away from. I don't know why
That's why
they
you
were
shouldn't be in the
surprised. She
business.
ran
You
away
can't
from
handle
UFC when she had her first bit of
She
adversity.
can't handle it.
Exactly.
Like
She
adversity is
cried.
when you show your real character, and her character's terrible.
Don't take
Her
Shayna
character-
Baszler with
But
you.
the issue with her is she's Ronda Rousey, and when she's on TV,
It's
she
all
does.
about her.
She boosts viewership, which is
For
what the
some
fucking.
reason.
So we'll transition into Chuck's boy Logan Paul.
Oh,
will be back on Raw
God,
this week.
no.
So rumor is, one, he's just going to be added Money in the Bank, or two, he's going to challenge John Cena at SummerSlam. It's kind of early, but
I know.
I guess it's 2 months away.
Give Cena time.
I mean,
guess,
Cena's going to need like 3 weeks in between.
for what he's
Sure.
doing. That
What the
makes
fuck's
sense.
that fucking thing called that we used? Zoom.
Oh, nice,
during
nice.
COVID. I'm
Yeah,
sure they have to get Cena. Hey, quit filming. Zoom.
He's probably give Cena time to answer. Yeah.
Yep, that makes sense. I watched a show today, and it's about a kid who is like a 13, like Justin Bieber, same thing. He
13-year-old.
he blew up on YouTube or whatever. So he's like super famous now. He's 13 years old, and somebody, he's on TV, and somebody asked, "Who's your favorite actor?" "Oh, Logan Paul." "No, a real actor, Ryan Paul." That's Logan,
Jake Paul.
Jake Paul. That's what he said. Jake Paul. I was like, oh my fucking god, I can't. But then they made fun of that. And they're like, we mean actor. Yo, right? Like Logan Paul. It's like, no, actor. It was funny because like kids love that shit on YouTube. But yeah, fuck Logan Paul. Anyway.
I give him one compliment. I can't say it again. That's enough for me.
Him versus John Cena would be better than him being a part of the Money in the Bank briefcase
Let
match.
those guys actually, worthy
but
of it.
I-
Logan Paul don't need
Like,
it.
to use your point against you, the fact that they have 3 weeks means they have plenty of time to integrate him. It's just
I hope not.
So,
Triple H, please.
It's
no.
like
And-
I get the celebrity factor, sure.
I get it.
Do the celebrity thing, but don't let it interfere with the real stuff that I enjoy, which is Money in the Bank. Like, do the John Cena thing, get
That's
the
it.
pops for that. He can have a fun match with John Cena, do it. But leave Money in the Bank alone. Let a real wrestler have that, so it can be on screen
Let
every
any
week.
of those
I mean, he
five
does
guys
have
take it.
beef with Seth, right?
Oh, I'm not surprised.
I don't think they're going to make a part-time champion when they went out of their way
Yeah, because
to
Triple H don't
stop
like
make
that.
this tie
Yeah.
to quit. So
Triple H don't like that either.
I'm still clinging to LA Knight right
Me
this
too.
second.
Me too.
I think so. I mean, I think he's the best bet. Him or Priest are the two out of what we have so far. Those are the
Him-
two.
Those
Yeah.
are the two that I
And
would
then
pick.
Dunn would be a third for
Third
me.
for yep.
I
those
think
three.
he's going to have a good showing
Sure.
regardless. Ricochet's going to do some outstanding flippy shit that's going to make me be
He
like, what
just-
the fuck did
Yep.
you just do?
Like Kofi in the Rumble.
And then they're all going to get good spots in. But-
Yeah. Should be a fun match. This is one of my favorite pay-per-views of the
Yeah,
year, as long as they don't fuck it up, like they
Yeah.
did with Brock Lesnar.
I'm telling you, man, I really want LA Knight to be holding the belt
So
at the end
do
of the night.
I.
I'm with it.
You know what
Going
I'd really
wrong.
like to have happen? I'd like Finn to beat Seth.
That'd be cool
And then
too.
Priest comes
Yep.
out and he's like, yeah, then he drops Finn and
Yep.
LA Knight runs out, hits
Yes.
his shit, wins the belt. Then you have your baby. Look, you're 6 months later, but Judgment Day's imploding now.
They
He
are.
had him imploding what? Mania?
Before
did.
Mania. I think
Yeah, so
Mania John Cena.
Mania
beat
last
Theory.
year.
then you get a new champion
Yep.
who's over as fuck, by the way. He's
Mhm.
just, I don't even know if he's on par with Seth, though, but like he's the closest one that's not named Roman Reigns.
Sure.
You put him on Raw where he belonged I don't know why he didn't get drafted there in the first place. Then you have Finn versus Priest. You can build up to SummerSlam, which I think's their next pay-per-view after
Sure.
this.
I think it'd be really funny if Finn wins just to lose
And he
it that same night.
like
Another
why this
one-nighter.
happened to me.
Yep, another one-nighter. They keep talking about
like
it.
Sasha.
So-
Remember, Sasha kept winning it, then she'd lose it the next week.
yeah.
I said that. I made fun of that actually.
Yeah, so right now we do have Seth and Finn. They said the three things. He's going to enter the Money in the Bank ladder match,
Ugh.
challenge
Oh,
Seth, or
no.
call out Austin Theory.
No,
There we
stay
go.
away. Yeah, well,
And Theory hasn't really done a lot.
Theory can drop him.
Like people
I'm
are
just
like,
saying.
hey, he
Or
is
John
kind of
Cena
lost
can.
in the wind right
He
now.
is.
It's a lot going on.
I think Lashley disappearing
He
for whatever
did.
reason. I don't know where the fuck he went.
I
But
know he went somewhere.
I heard that he might have a program with Bray at SummerSlam. Is what
I
they're
saw
doing.
yeah,
that.
because Bray's healthy,
Yeah.
I think now, and they're working out. Bray wanted it. I guess WWE said this shit ain't working for us, and Bray's like, well, tough shit.
Yeah, that's what it
You
sounds
gave me
like.
full control. Then this is why you don't give wrestlers full control, because sometimes their ideas suck.
Mhm.
Sometimes you gotta
and
relax and just be kind of. brought
Sometimes
back
the
in.
guys that make billions of dollars know what they're doing.
Not all the time. But sometimes.
I think they found a middle ground with the Fiend where they can keep Uncle Howdy involved, and Alexa's pregnant, so like
She'll be
she's
gone for
maybe
a while.
next year sometime.
Next
they
year.
can
She'll be
end-
back next year.
So that's a
at
long term
least.
thing. They could add her back,
Sure. I mean,
but
the Fiend is where it's at. Like, I'm
that
sorry.
was their money maker.
The Uncle Howdy shit just wasn't fun like the Fiend was.
No,
so-
outside of his return, which was electric,
It was cool.
it was one of the best returns I remember in recent memory, but it wasn't working.
Nah.
LA Knight survived that.
He
They-
did.
That's how good LA Knight is.
So he,
Yeah.
yeah, and that shit's so over. But But yeah, that's a lot.
He makes
Hell
you wanna
yeah.
watch, that's
And
for sure.
we still got 3 weeks until Money in the Bank, so a lot to change. I bet by the time we talk next week at this time, we'll be talking about new additions to Money in the Bank
Probably.
already. And,
We
you
gotta add
know,
another woman
with the bloodlines going.
Bloodline Friday.
So, yeah, it's interesting. I'm enjoying wrestling right now. My only gripe, I guess, would say, it's not even really a gripe. I just don't really care. Is, you know, there's still Seth. I'm not a big fan of the open challenge for the main event title. I think that's kind of silly. And you know, whatever. That's my only gripe, I guess.
I told Josh last night. So the reason I picked Zoe Starks because she's new. That'd be good for her. But Trish Stratus is a big factor because she's also been helping Zoe Starks.
I just think like in 1 year, is she going to be ready for this?
No,
And she's not. So I
She's
don't think
not.
Triple H would put her in that position.
but
He knows. No, that's why I trust Triple H more than I did Vince, because Triple H helped sign a lot of these people.
Yeah.
He knows what their limitations.
He knows their work.
And
He
if you
does.
saw her promo on Raw, she needs some work
she does need
because
work.
Becky annihilated her.
She did.
Again, like
She's good
her,
at that.
you're good, you're a pit bull, blah blah, but you have no personality. She had
Yeah.
nothing to
She
say.
had nothing to
Well, you got punched in the face. Like, yeah, we've heard that. Like,
We've heard it.
come up with something different. Okay?
Right.
It's
Mike-
like CM
Mike
Punk got a
Nia
hot
Jax,
bomb. Yes,
yeah.
we know, but what else has he done? Like,
Right.
bring up something new.
But
She needs work,
She
but she's
does.
very raw.
Sure. Just a
No
young.
pun intended.
She's
to
working
raw.
with Trish.
And that's why they put her with. You
Trish,
see,
yeah.
they're doing things to make these young people succeed.
They are.
These young, I don't know how old
She's a
age-wise she is,
possibility, but at the
but
time it's
we're
not.
worried about Zoe getting over.
Yep.
Insert Trish Stratus.
I think
Yep.
she's good. It's just like with Dom. Dom
Takes
getting put in there
time.
with Judgment Day blew him up.
Yes.
You have to surround the people
They
with
used
the
Finn
right
Balor and
products.
Rhea's popularity.
Yeah.
Finn was over. Rhea's been fucking over.
She's been over.
Like,
It's all about putting things together correctly to make it work. It's just like a puzzle you put together, and if you put it together correctly, it's gonna, you know.
Zoe's gonna get
and for people asking why she's not wrestling very much, I guess she has an issue. Her knee keeps popping out of place every time she wrestles, and they're trying to get that fixed
Ooh.
before
I'll do it.
the big fucking SummerSlam
Zoe.
push into Survivor Series and shit. Last match she wrestled popped out like 6 times.
Ooh.
So I'm assuming that. So the
It's
people
rough.
saying that she is had a horrible title reign, like injuries and shit. Like,
Who was this?
It happens.
idiots on Twitter.
No, who's the one?
The
Rhea.
twats.
Rhea.
The twats on Twitter.
Oh, please.
And her shit with Dominic's great. It's must see TV every fucking
Hell
week.
yeah, it is.
And I can't wait for Dom and Cody. I know I have
It'll be a fun
big
match.
plans for what's going to happen, but we'll get there closer to the pay-per-view
Yeah,
if I
me
don't steal
too.
my shit.
It'll be fun.
I don't need to steal nothing. I
And-
have my own knowledge. It's back.
Oh shit!
It's back.
I'm going to win. Well, Yvonne cashed in on me last time. She's an
I did.
asshole. But
Hey, it's
She's an asshole.
hey, it's winning, right? Really?
not this time. I'm winning this.
Well, whoever wins that is gonna be coming after this.
And I better cash in Detroit because Lord only knows when they're going to come back.
I know, right?
In September, they're going to India.
Are they really?
Yep. So get ready for Jinder Mahal versus
Some-
Roman Reigns.
Oh,
SummerSlam's a
God,
big-
no.
SummerSlam's it, man.
And in November, I think they're in Boston. So
There
if
we
I
go.
don't, if nobody takes the belt from Chuck in August, we're probably not going to see it have another chance until fucking Christmas.
It sounds like just the big four again. Is gonna be the
The big 4 is the only 4 that are
That's it.
in the United States
Right.
right now.
And when Josh and I was
It's my own fucking rule. And I hear they're bringing back Saudi for the end of the year too. So it's
I
like,
know.
fuck me in December.
Well, hey, that first show was good. I'll watch it going forward.
And Josh and I was talking last night. We were talking about Money in the Bank. Me and him both have had it twice. This would be 3 times between both of us. Whoever wins, that's huge.
I've never had Money in the Bank.
we
I've
figured-
always lost it.
So whoever wins between me and him will be highest
I like it.
holders. So
3-time.
I'm scared of you.
We're tied.
And we've all successfully cashed in. Sorry, Corbin.
Yeah.
Oh, poor
That was
Corbin.
bad.
Dude, NXT was
It was
really good
pretty
last
bad.
night. I'm interested to see how much has to change for your like, all right, fuck it. I'll watch one.
Oh, NXT's.
Yeah.
I could start watching it. I wouldn't mind. I mean, when I'm working,
I mean,
still
I know
think about
Seth's not enough, but like when it's like, well,
Chase U's on
fucking
there.
Chase
I like
you
Chase
just
U.
jump the
Yeah.
OC.
it. It's on Peacock, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I
Day
can,
after.
I'll start watching.
You're
'Cause
in.
they're loading those shit up.
They
Corbin's down there. Ali's down. He's a special guest referee in the North American title match
She'll
next
take me
week. The
anywhere.
19-year-old girl, Thea Hale's her name. She's
Nice.
fighting Tiffany Stratton, who's also very brand new. She's a
Brand
hotter
new.
Mandy Rose. They fight in 2 weeks for the women's title.
That's what's up.
Yeah, they booked the fuck out of the next 2 weeks. So Seth and
Oh,
Braun
the tag
Breaker
team
is this
titles
week.
match too.
I forget all 3 of the teams.
I know,
names.
I do too.
I don't
But
want to
that-
call. I can't call them what I called them last night.
I know.
We're on the internet.
But
So
the NXT tag team titles will be defended.
yeah, so they're and the Creed brothers have
Creed
disappeared,
brothers.
which means they might be coming up.
I hope so.
The Dragunov guy. They're talking about the only guy that's been Walter in
That's
in his
crazy.
whole career.
That's what's up.
Well, he lost to Corbin last night, but still,
He did.
he's selling an injury because Breaker attacked him like
Nice.
last week and speared him through the concrete
That's
or
hard.
onto the concrete. Something
That's
like that.
very rough.
Breaker said he speared him through the concrete. I think he misspoke.
I think
But
so.
On 2 through
the
same
NXT
thing.
parking lot's pretty rough, dude. A lot of people, Samoa Joe's career's ended there 4 times.
They need better security at that place.
They really
It's
do.
out of control.
You should send in your application.
There you go.
Like you move to
I'll
Florida.
move to Orlando all
and then
day.
that's all your job. ID.
Oh yeah.
And then every now and then you have to take a bump because the security gets beat. You have to run to the ring and
Hit me hard. I don't care.
you get to hang out with Sean.
Deal.
Yeah,
Take
your
bumps.
Fucking
guy.
deal.
So this week, let me pull up. We breathe through shit.
Yeah.
We do these ones that we're like, man, we ain't gonna have enough time. We're done in like a half hour.
You
We get a
know.
Raw preview for this week. So this Friday, let's start with SmackDown.
Got
Roman's back.
Styles,
Jay's in trouble.
Uh-oh.
Cross and Scarlett and Styles.
Michin
Ugh. I know.
and AJ Styles.
Versus, at least we're gonna
How
see
much did you buy of Styles putting her over on commentary?
No.
Because I noticed that they really laid into Styles putting her over on
They
commentary.
I didn't even really notice it to pay it to be. I remember him talking, but I was
Good
listening.
for
She's
her.
great. She's a legend. And I was like, AJ.
Maybe relax.
You know
a
how
little
many
bit.
women screwed me over? She's the equalizer. It's like, all right, bro. Let's find out.
Styles,
You
what
say
I
so.
would ask him what's he taking. But
All right, so we have the gauntlet match.
Yep.
LWO, Pretty Deadly, Profits.
Yep.
Sheamus and Butch, or not Butch, but
Brawling
Rich Holland.
Brute. I like
And
Brawling.
Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows have to show up to work this week.
They did. Meant to work.
That sucks for us.
Grayson Waller with Charlotte. So if Grayson Waller makes Charlotte entertaining, he should be
Yeah,
given
she's
the
on
world
Grayson
title
Waller
right off
thing
the
this
bat.
week. Yep.
Hell yeah.
Meechin and AJ versus Scarlett and
I'm
Karrion.
curious
So it looks
to see
like
Scarlett
Cross
in there.
and Styles is where we're gonna go.
Yep.
They've teased it for a little bit.
I'll watch.
See Scarlett
And Roman
fight.
Reigns returns. Charlotte and Grayson Waller effect.
That's gonna be-
Hopefully, dude, he talks a lot of shit. I hope he calls her
He
out.
probably will.
Are you out here to bury more talent? Are you here just to win and disappear again when you lose?
He
I like
probably
it.
will.
That's
You know
what
he's
she
gonna,
did.
You know he's gonna run his mouth.
She won.
You know
She
it.
lost to Mania and then she never came back until
did.
now.
That's hilarious.
Like, oh, a new belt,
Yeah.
mine.
I don't wait in line.
She passed it to
Ugh.
Rhea.
That
She
I don't
said-
wait in line. Was cringy.
Yeah, it was
dude.
She
As
gave
soon
cringe
as
AF.
Yeah.
her music hit, but I was like, okay, I got to see what the fuck she wants.
Cringe.
But then she started talking. I exited the episode and I watched it
But
later.
you guys
I was
should
just-
you
I
guys
was
shouldn't
sick
be
of it.
surprised. This is what she does. She comes back and wants a title shot. You guys know how she is. She does this.
I wouldn't pick against her. That's all I know. Yeah.
She's helped my success on this show, picking her.
Same.
And, I mean, I do like trying. I hate to say it, I do like trying. But
I like her sometimes, but not now.
we know how Josh feels.
Yeah.
So.
I'm
All right,
over
so
it.
they're coming back to Cleveland. Gargano's from Cleveland.
Oh, there you go.
So I think that's where the open
Miz-
challenge
ain't
at.
the
I
Miz-
think Gargano and him and Seth have a little
is
bit of
from
a.
there too, I think.
They've had a few
I
run-ins.
think so.
Sure.
Logan Paul will be back.
Yeah.
Chuck's very excited about it.
I didn't say that because I was drinking.
The open
water,
challenge.
so-
Oh, Shinsuke and Bronson Reed
Say
go
his name more
one-on-one
often.
because Ricochet. He's been
That'd be a good
pissing off
match.
Ricochet.
Be a good
Bronson
match.
Reed's been pretty good.
Yep.
They've really been pushing Shinsuke
He
this
has.
season back.
Yep.
I don't really have anything bad to say about it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
he's cool.
It just takes time.
I think it was
you said,
promos.
there's a
but-
lot going on. They're trying to get all these new people integrated,
They are.
all these new titles. It'll
Mhm.
calm down probably after Money in the Bank,
It will.
to where it's like, okay, these are the belts. Everything's unified. Like no more of these fucking matches.
Yep.
What's it? 2 weeks the women's is unified, right?
Yep.
So Rousey and them will have new belts, and then
Ugh.
KO and Sammy, I'm sure will have new belts soon.
Yep, that'd be cool.
And I'm curious, Sammy keeps getting involved still.
He does.
Not as much,
He's,
but he went and talked to Jay and made him break character again.
I don't know what.
He said, I make you laugh when you're not supposed to, see? And he did it. And it's like,
I don't
fuck.
understand why he keeps. Going
So
back.
I don't know.
I don't
I don't
get
know
it
if that's
either.
eventually going to lead to Kevin Owens being like, all right, dude.
You gotta
Or
stop.
Sammy gets pinned in a match and they lose the belts. He's like, all right. And then for the 8th time,
We're gonna
KO
start
power bombs him on the ring apron,
turning on him.
Yeah.
which I don't want that.
No, I don't
that's
either.
so
We're
fucking.
done.
And KO's like rants.
He's
like
unleashed.
he's been flipping, losing his fucking mind.
He has.
My favorite was when he's like, I didn't say your name. You don't come out. That's how this works. If I don't mention you, you don't come out here. What are you guys doing?
That's so funny.
He said it's the rule. And Sammy's like, I mean, he's not wrong. It is the rule.
and
but
he
breaking
keeps
the third
getting
wall.
interrupted.
Yeah.
And he keeps
Fourth
getting
wall.
interrupted. He can't stand that.
That's good shit. I like
There's a
KO.
lot going. There's a lot
He's
going
an
on.
unleashed KO.
But the Cody and Dominic thing, if it goes down the way I think,
Yeah, that's how.
it's gonna be fucking amazing. And you think Dominic is hard? It's fucking hard to deal with now.
Yeah, wait.
Wait until he beats the
Oh,
American Nightmare.
I think
Cody
he'll
Rhodes.
beat Cody. Yeah.
I do too.
I
I,
think, so.
Brock will interfere and cost him.
That's what I told
I
Josh
think
last
Brock is
night.
coming down when Cody's music. I think when Cody does his 85-minute entrance, he's going to stand there Whoa,
And
turn
suplex.
around, F5.
There you go.
F5 pickup suit. Dominic's just gonna strut down there, hit a frog splash, do the Eddie Guerrero. 1, 2, 3.
I'll be all for
He
it.
squashes Cody, then on Raw. Oh, I finished my oh my god, the heat.
That's
I finished my story already, Cody.
I started at the bottom in prison and came out and beat the American
Dude,
Nightmare.
best thing ever. So, dude in NXT, they're running this angle where he got set up for some crime. They haven't told us what yet.
Oh, Tony.
But Tony D'Angelo, he's like the thug from Chicago or whatever. Somebody snitched on him. He's in prison.
No shit.
Dom sent him like a letter.
That's funny.
He's like, I know about being in prison. If you need somebody, call me. And it's
That's
like,
so funny.
I love everything Dominic does.
Oh, I do too.
I love
Even
it.
though Bebe had him going to AEW.
Why?
He had him an AEW championship photoshopped on him.
What the heck?
So, Bebe, I'll
Come
reach
on.
out later. You got to get your ass on here. I don't know what you're doing on
What
Twitter.
on earth is
I thought
going
he
on?
liked.
He
Dom.
does. He
He
loves
does.
Dom.
Going to
So why is he
AEW.
He's
Put
been
him in
burying
AEW?
Cody online.
Oh, jeez.
He said Cody's not worthy to work with Dom.
I love it.
He loves Dom.
He does.
But I don't
Yeah.
know. I'll have to ask him why he fucking photoshopped the AEW world title on Dom.
I don't either.
Even though he'd probably be more over than MJF.
I agree.
He has more
Absolutely.
natural heat.
He's good. He's good at getting the heat.
And he doesn't have to do anything except talk. MJF's
and he
taking
can't
like
even talk. They boo
It
him.
shows up.
it's very bland. It's sad because I really, really like MJF.
I do too.
I just hope he gets out of there before his character is already diminished.
It's just like anything else. If it's the same shit every week, it's going to get boring.
He mentions WWE, they get a
Yeah.
pop, and it's like that gets old.
It's the same
It's
shit.
like- It's like
I bet you
Blade.
when Jericho's band's here, he'll take a shot at Vince.
Probably.
Vince hates Kiss, but Vince, I left and I'm better. No offense. As I performed for $200 at JD Legends, like
It's not even sold out yet. I'm just saying.
Like,
I'm just
like,
saying.
I don't know
Not yet.
if you're out, like if your DUI ass is doing that great right now. For whatever, he did just get arrested.
It was for being disorderly at a hotel.
Oh, for good
I didn't read the article, but I saw the headline.
I saw the headline.
That's
too.
all I needed.
What
but
did Chris Jericho get arrested for now?
Lord.
All right, so
That's
again,
time.
Oh, Jerk.
he's been.
oh, 2010.
He got arrested a couple of times. Yeah, he's been arrested in.
So he got arrested overseas.
Belfast. Yep, my
Oh.
phone just died. Yeah, he's been arrested a few times. He got arrested
Drunken,
near Cincinnati
aggressive,
too.
and flexing man in the
Oh,
corridor of a local hotel in Belfast. Man in question was Chris Jericho.
Oh, gosh.
Fucking idiot.
He was screaming, "Drink it in, man!" No, I'm kidding. I made that part up. It would have been better.
I
if he was-
choose to believe that's what he said.
No,
I mean, he's drunk. He's like, "Drink it in."
drink it
You
in.
feel like some of these wrestlers, like when they're really fucked
I
up,
feel like
they
so.
feel their gimmick.
They
They're like,
sing it.
LA Knight's like, "Yeah, yeah." Do you want a beer? Yeah. It's like, dude, shut the fuck up.
I feel like they.
The
do.
Rock's out there like flipping both. It's like, dude,
Finally,
Stone Cold's
the
like,
tequila has come back to the Rock's mouth.
Just
Stone
bring
Cold's
it.
at the bar and he's like, "What?
What?
What?"
I heard a
I
beer.
hope,
What?
I hope the what chant dies.
That's on its way.
I hope so. I hope
Yeah.
yeah takes over.
I think between the yes and the yeah, I think we're getting there.
I'm very glad Yes is gone
That's what
because he's not even there. If he was there, I wouldn't mind.
I like the yes.
they use on AEW.
It was good for WWE. I don't like AEW. using-
too.
It's like I don't like
I like
AEW.
You've seen it.
Like I don't like AEW. It wasn't theirs. They didn't make it. Like
I know, they're
well,
saying
that was a
yes on AEW.
WWE thing.
I understand, but the
The
yes,
Yes movement was a WWE thing.
But that kind
And Tony Khan's like, we're gonna do this.
well, the yes chant kind of broke barriers because like college basketball games are doing it. Like it kind of got away from WWE and became kind of like an everything thing, which is pretty cool. I thought, you know, but it's a cool chant. Yes,
They're saying
yes.
on
I,
AEW
I liked
so
it better
makes-
when he was in AEW.
When he comes out on AEW, they still do the yes.
Oh, I'm sure it's
They
Daniel
do.
Bryan. Yeah,
Mhm.
people like Daniel Bryan. He's pretty well liked universally.
He's
it
probably the
sounds.
only one in that group people haven't like turned on. Like Moxley's like just bleeding.
Yeah.
Cesaro's bland,
He's a
blending
heel.
into the
He's
background.
a
Like he
heel.
always got
Yeah,
shit for WWE, but he's doing the same. And that Wheeler Yuta guy,
He's fine.
they just say like
Yeah.
he's the future. It's
He
like,
is.
okay.
That's-
They have like
at some
10
point.
guys they say that about, but they never push any of them.
sure.
The
I would
four-
agree. Daniel
the four
Bryan is the
pillars,
one
yeah.
guy who's not.
They
getting
teamed up
hurt.
Jungle Boy with Taz's kid.
They
Oh
did.
boy,
Oh boy.
What's
They're
his
called
name?
Jungle Hook,
is that,
right? Is that what they're called?
I think so.
Jungle Hook. They teamed on the Indies once
How
where's
embarrassing.
where's that Tyrannosaurus Rex at?
with Christian.
For fuck's sake.
So he turned on Christian,
He did.
then he
He did.
joined him, then he
The
turned.
dinosaur,
Right now he's good.
All right.
He was
Absolutely.
getting sued for his mask, and he was off TV because they said the likeliness he stole from somebody else, and now he's back.
Gosh.
AW's got a bunch of weird shit going.
Yeah.
All right.
Does Tony
I don't
Khan
watch, so I don't care.
have an announcement tonight?
Probably yes.
I don't think he does.
I
for
don't think
once.
he does.
Oh, you
Because
wait.
he stretched Collision into 3 weeks.
Oh,
Week
yeah,
one,
did.
he announced the
He
show
did.
name. Week 2, he announced the location.
That's
Week
CM Punk.
4 weeks. Because week 3, he announced where. And he announced the show.
See, it's
He
insane.
announced the location. He announced CM
CM
Punk,
Punk, yep.
and then he announced the first match, the main
Yep,
event.
yep.
So he milked that into a month of his.
He really
Genius.
You know what Triple H would have done? He would have announced all of that in like a
In one
5-minute
day, in one
segment.
night.
On a
Yeah.
fucking tweeter. Just do it. Just do a twit.
Oh, he does that too.
He's an idiot.
That's why he ruins surprises. He really does.
I mean, he doesn't have surprises to begin with.
That's
he
true.
he tries to
That's
make
true.
something in the surprise. That's
True.
just general knowledge.
And then it's something stupid. But yeah, your guy Christian's teaming up with Luchasaurus.
I mean, I love Christian,
I do
but
too. I don't like that either.
it is what it is.
Jungle Hook. Oh
And
my
I love
gosh.
Christian. I love Daniel Bryan. If they came back to WWE, I'd be a very happy
Daniel
man.
Bryan's a heel right now in that.
Oh, is he?
He is.
That's cool. All right, I like D.
The
Bryan.
Black Bull Combat Club's a heel.
Sure, I want Dean Ambrose to come back to WWE. I'd like that. See him versus Seth Rollins and/or Roman Reigns one more time. But
They've beat the Elite the last 2 times.
yeah,
And Kenny hasn't been around. I think what they're trying to do is get Kenny to join them. Is what they're trying to do.
I think you guys were mentioning before how Kenny's kind of getting out of the Elite.
So we're really going to that.
Yeah.
What?
I know you are
Well.
spoiled fuck.
Me.
Jericho.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I
okay,
think my buddy Tim's going to go
I'm
to.
like, yep.
cool. Yeah,
Me
man.
You'll
too.
get along with Tim. He likes Bud Light, and
And
he
I'll
doesn't
see you
turn
guys
into
out
a
there.
transgender or anything when he drinks it.
That's what's up.
But he's a big wrestling fan. He's on my Dart League team. I didn't know him.
Oh,
So
nice.
we played Dart League, and then
Fine.
I wore my Acknowledge Your Daddy shirt to practice, and he's
you
like,
do it. Hell yeah.
so like when we went, like before we do a game, we're always like we the one.
We
So
the
like if
ones.
you play 13 dart games,
yeah,
so anytime we win,
that's
so
awesome.
like we're the two, you're the twos, we the ones. Fuck you. We almost named our team We the Ones this year, but we had to use dart bags again because we fucking did 3 seasons of it already,
You should
I
wear your
get it.
Uso shirt.
and we have shirts made. So
You what you gotta do.
I'll probably wear my Acknowledge Your Daddy. Are we gonna go pro WWE gear when we go to this concert?
I don't know.
I probably won't.
I probably won't either.
I'll probably wear this to be quite honest.
What was his biggest rival in WWE? You would say, or like, what if Jericho Cena shirt? He'd be like that fucking piece of shit.
That'd be funny.
That would
Actually,
be hilarious.
The
Get Waspy, get him out.
The Jericho Punk.
Then
would be
Yvonne gets
funny.
mad at me.
I won't get
My
mad
boss
at
threw you out. Fuck you. My dad said you should just be like, you suck.
you. Some people probably will say.
We just go there and start chanting CM Punk. That'd be so funny. I'd
Hold on, what's a chant? I'll start an ass clown chant.
There you go.
That's a good
Kiss sucks. You know what's funny? I'm
awesome.
talking about all the like this concert, whatever. It's only gonna be like 10, 15 bucks a ticket.
Sure.
Like it's a very cheap concert, and it's
That's what's funny. That's like Chris
me and
Jericho.
Chuck
but
being old and out of
nobody
shape
cares.
could walk there in probably
Oh,
a half
easy.
hour.
Oh,
So maybe
that's right over there.
it'd take me a half hour. to
10
walk there.
minutes.
That's because Chuck walks and shit. I don't. I walk to my car. I walk to my job. I walk out of. I get back in my car and drive home.
Yeah, that works.
But yeah, they're like 10 minutes from here.
Not
So it's like, why not?
Why
It's
not?
like SmackDown. It's like $32 a ticket. It's a live SmackDown during SummerSlam. Why would we not go to the
Yeah.
Nutter Center? It's 20-minute drive from my apartment.
Right.
Yep. Yeah.
So there's a lot of shit coming around here.
Right.
But yeah, I don't even like. You know what's crazy?
Speaking of SmackDown, real quick, it's my wedding anniversary. I didn't think about it.
That day?
Oh, that's
August 4th?
August 4th. I'm still going. That's
Oh,
the thing
that's
about it.
Saturday. You're gonna pay for it. Then,
Well,
huh?
Yeah,
we're
you
actually,
will.
it's funny because we're Saturday, we're going to Columbus overnight to see Billy Joel and Stevie Nicks.
That'd be a loaded weekend for you.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
that'd be
it's like I
loaded.
didn't realize it. It's like I told it. It's like I'm going on August 4th. Like on our wedding anniversary. It's like shit. Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Brave man. Tell your wife
but
I'm
I mean,
going.
we already had plans for that weekend anyway,
Okay.
so it's not
So he's-
interfering.
Yeah, you got Roman Reigns, Billy Joel,
Yeah, Stevie Nicks.
Stevie, yeah.
Hell
And
yeah.
I'll go- maybe they'll join the Bloodline over that weekend.
Why not?
They're in Columbus the night before.
Oh, are they?
Mhm.
So shit.
It's a house show.
They
They
can
can hang out.
acknowledge
They're in
that.
Cincinnati this Saturday.
I thought I saw that. Yeah.
Roman's first time being in Cincinnati since
That's
2018.
that super show, right?
That's
Yeah, it's all
That's
three
cool.
brand or
Seeing Roman live.
2 brand. I don't know. NXT has been traveling with them.
That's cool.
By August 4th, though, can you imagine what that'll be like? Like the NXT's like more
Right
and
before
up.
SummerSlam.
Drew's
man.
probably back by then. The
Yep.
the fucking Bloodlines, Lord only knows where they're at.
Well,
anymore.
exactly. Where they're gonna be.
NXT's kind of integrated into the more integrated.
Yeah.
That should be a fun show.
Right before
I love
SummerSlam,
it.
we'll be
It's
loaded.
so far. It's not that far away, but like there's nothing advertised because
2 months. Yeah.
you know another thing they changed. They don't show. So like old house shows, you used to see like on TV, it'd be like Seth Rollins versus The Miz for the world title. Triple H don't do those.
It's good.
They don't.
Because
They just like
spoiler
these
alert,
people will be here.
Right.
Yep.
To like, my buddy went. What the fuck was it? I had a buddy go to a house show. It was like 6 months ago, and he was like, "Yeah, they advertised nothing, but like Seth came out, and then I forget who he said, but they jumped him, and then he said, I want a match with you,' and it's like that's how their match was set up.
Sure.
And then like some of the other matches were like Becky and when she was feuding with Becky's or Bailey's group. Who was she teaming up with back then?
remember.
Bianca. It was Becky and Bianca versus Io Sky and Dakota Kai.
Gotcha.
So like their matches made storyline sense. You didn't just get like Roman Reigns versus Zack Ryder for the world title. It's like what? But on June 19th, on Father's Day, did you see they're running a father versus son street fight?
I did.
It's Rey Mysterio versus Dominic at a house show.
That's awesome.
This Sunday.
That's hilarious.
In Columbus.
That'd be a lot of fun.
Because they're here Saturday. They're in Cincy on Saturday, and they're going to Columbus Sunday.
That's cool.
So we used to talk about how he should have turned on him on Father's Day.
He should have.
They're fighting in a father-son first ever street fight on Sunday.
That's a lot of fun.
And it's main eventing the show.
That's really cool.
And Seth's on that show. Everybody's like, oh, there, Seth's getting. It's like, dude, the word berry.
Just calm down.
It's Father's Day. That's very fucking cool.
Calm
and it's
down.
very cool that Rey Mysterio can work with this kid. My dad last night, he's like, he looks like he did 20 years ago.
He does.
He does.
He hasn't aged, and he's getting everybody over. Dom's over as fuck. The LWO's been,
It's over.
they've been fun at least, right?
Yeah.
Like
They've been
I don't know
over.
all their names,
That's not the point.
but
The group itself is over.
Escobar, so
So,
Vegas,
there's
the
a
other
lot-
two, I don't know.
so in the 1 year, we'll have to do like a 1 year. What's changed since Triple H took? We're about a month away from that.
Yeah. So
have to do,
was his
like,
first. Yeah.
Things that we never thought would happen.
I like that.
I do
That'd be a
too.
good idea.
We're getting there, but our hour's up.
Cool.
It is.
That's it. We're done.
That was
Hope
a lot
you,
of shit.
hope you enjoyed the show.
All right, fuck off.
That was a lot.
That was a lot.
That was
Time's
2
up.
weeks into one.
Yep.
We got Money in the Bank coming up. 3 weeks. Fuck. So that's 3 more shows before 2 more shows than predictions.
Yep.
We need topics again.
We'll get there.
I've been lazy as fuck. We ain't in the top 5 in forever.
Well, we've been busy. There's a lot of stuff going on.
We have.
I get it, man.
Yeah, Chuck has to go work in the office now.
Dude, I had to work in the office yesterday and again tomorrow. I was fucking dumb.
I got convinced to do Darkly again, but the only good thing about it this time is it's on Thursday. So all I have to do is go to work Friday. Then can recuperate.
Hell yeah.
Yvonne's calling out people on Twitter and shit.
Getting them.
Baby's gonna get me banned.
I have to just call Musk. Be like, hey, man, let me back in.
Dude, I hope he buys Facebook.
I'd
Did
laugh.
you hear that rumor?
Yeah.
He's talking about it.
It's like, why not?
He should. It'd probably be better.
Musk book.
I'd get out of Facebook jail. I love him. Have you ever watched one of his interviews?
No.
He was on Joe Rogan. He's a very interesting dude.
I believe it. Probably a little crazy.
A tad.
Y'all are. Yeah.
I think his wife's artificial intelligence, but that's just my theory.
Hell yeah.
Oh, my God.
Well, that's it for us this evening. Hope you all enjoyed the show. We will be back next Wednesday night at 6 p.m. ish Eastern
I
Standard
love our
Time.
time.
Yeah, me
Ish.
too.
Day 1-ish.
And until next time, friends and family, continue to fear regularly scheduled hostilities.
I used to